Welcome to Spotting Point Channel, your real-time sports entertainment studio. Relax, stay updated, and enjoy the action. Don't forget to like, comment, and share the channel with your friends and loved ones. Your support means everything to us. We love you.
मैंने संजना और रोहन राजा को WXM से बाहर कर दिया है। तुम्हारे आपसी लड़ाई झगड़े का रिंग से बाहर आना एक पल के लिए बर्दाश्त किया जा सकता है, पर मेरे ऑफिस में चोरी से घुसना इसको बिल्कुल भी बर्दाश्त नहीं किया जाएगा। आज के बाद तुम या तुम्हारा कोई भी आदमी उनके साथ काम करता हुआ पाया गया तो तुम्हें भी WXM से बाहर कर दिया जाएगा।
So much fun when I had the WXM championship in my hands. ऐसा लगा मेरे अंदर कुछ इनकम्प्लीट था, जो कंप्लीट हो गया। पर अब वो चैंपियनशिप जीतने से ना मुझे कोई रेसलर रोक सकता है, ना कोई आर्मी रोक सकती है, और ना ही कोई महाराजा।
Just got speared in the next week! Vate is all alone in the ring, and Neil's not done yet! Vate's gonna get speared! Speared through the table! Vate is out! And it's the John Cutter off the steps! Green into the cover, and John retains! Celebration known as the Festival of Colors, we wish you a happy Holi, and we proudly welcome you to another groundbreaking episode of WXM Ground Zero. I'm Johnny LaQuasto, back alongside Dave Bradshaw. And Dave, before we get to the action tonight, speaking of colorful, the main event last week, the first ever no disqualification tag team match in WXM history with the titles on the line, it was thrilling.
Happy Holi, everyone. Last week's main event was absolutely insane, but the action's going to keep on ramping up this week on Ground Zero.
No doubt. Let's get to that action. Scores looking to be settled as the leader Captain squares off with the Axeman, Axel Tischer.
The always ostentatious Sheikh Shaheen has returned and has announced an open challenge open to any WXM rookie.
Jai Connection looking to ride that momentum as May will go one-on-one against Mila Smith, making her in-ring debut.
And our main event has boiled over from last week as Neil looks for another pound of flesh from the Zamindar, Fateh.
All of that and more on this episode of WXM Ground Zero.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring, the Maharaja!
Raj the Maharaja has had quite the path to reach the final four-way. He had to go through Josan and Donovan Dijak, two absolute monsters. But Dave, the most unpredictable element, could be the other man who has qualified for the final four-way, and that is Skylar.
Yeah, we know one half now of that four-way match. Skylar and Raj going to be a part of it. And as I said, things already getting extremely tense between them as the competition to become the first ever WXM World Heavyweight Champion heats up.
It's all for the richest prize in the game, and this man wants to be the face of
Now, it's
WXM.
been a long time since the Maharaja has been a world champion. And most days, honestly, guys, I feel like I've done it all. I feel like I should walk away from wrestling. I feel like I need to retire. But this is what keeps the Maharaja coming back. That's right. And at breakpoint, the next PLE, the Maharaja, has locked in his opportunity to become the first ever WXM heavyweight champion. And that match will be a four-way. And another man in that four-way is Skyler. Now, Skyler, you want to attack the Maharaja? You want to put your filthy hands on the championship that you have not yet earned? Get out here and face the Maharaja like a man. Get out here, Skyler.
Oh, you want to talk about tensions boiling over? That might be the case right now.
Yeah, we're not wasting any time here tonight.
Oh.
That's not Skyler's music.
I mean, everyone in India knows that music. This is the music of the Zamindar. Why is Fateh making his way to the ring?
Well,
and why is Dev holding a briefcase?
Well, look, Raj, has already made quite a few enemies here. We talked about Skyler, we talked about Josan, Donovan, Dijak. I don't know if he wants to be also making an enemy of these two men.
Well, the question is, why are Fateh and Dev interrupting the Maharaja when he specifically called out Skyler to the ring? And I had never seen Dev carry a briefcase to a WXM ring before.
What's the question to be answered here? Fateh clearly believes that WXM is his stomping ground. He can do what he likes, he can interrupt who he likes.
That's a great point. I mean, Fateh has certainly gotten away with just about everything he's wanted to thus far. Has not endeared himself to the WXM fans.
Hey, Fateh, I don't know if you can hear, but they're telling you that you suck. And also, if you can't hear, I called out Skyler, not Fateh.
Shut up! First of all, call me with respect. It's not just a Fateh, it's Fateh the Zamindar!
Perhaps after Rohan Raja and Sanjana were fired last week by Jeet.
Now, Fateh, I know you're hard of hearing, but I think they're chanting for me. Continue. Sorry, Fateh. I mean, Zamindar. Sorry, Zamindar. Continue.
And secondly, you ask me, why am I here? I am here to give you an opportunity to join the Zamindar.
No. I don't need you. The Maharaja doesn't need you. Or you.
I don't know, Raj is short on friends.
Hey. You are wrong. We both want each other. Because in a short time, you make a lot of enemies here. Like Johnson, Skyler, Dijak. And I am also a victim of Jeet's favoritism. That's why he didn't give me a match in a WXM tournament. But I want you to win WXM championship for me.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, there's always a catch.
Shut up, everyone! When I'm talking, shut your mouth!
Clearly,
no.
It's been a rough week.
Hey. I have something for you in return.
Oh my God.
That's a lot of money.
How much is in there?
It's a lot more than I've ever seen in person.
Come. So tell me, what do you want? Just tell me.
Is this a Rolex?
Oh.
It's a nice watch you have there.
Dave, give him. Hey.
I think...
Hey. Forget about them. Just give him your Rolex. Damn! I said give him your watch!
Dev is rocking a Rolex.
And not for long by the sounds of it.
Fate is not messing around.
So what's your final answer?
I think this watch is fake.
Well, Dev's going after him!
Dev looking to attack with the briefcase. The Maharaja with a boot to the face with a super kick by Fate.
That's 2-on-1 here. Fate got a rope over the cutter, couldn't get it.
And he's able to escape the grasp of the Maharaja. But Dev might not be so lucky, Dave.
Oh, it's been a bad night for Dev already. He's lost his watch. He might be about to lose a lot more.
And it's the Koloss! Raz the Maharaja cannot be bought by the Zamindar or anybody else. Oh!
Well, he just dumped all that money on top of Dev. Fate is a man who's used to getting his own way.
The Maharaja just made it rain all over Dev. And Dave, the Maharaja may have made plenty of enemies. Let's add 1 or 2 more to that list right now.
Raj, as you said, refusing to be bought.
So ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by the CEO of WXM's assistant, Bobby.
Whoa, it's executive assistant. Hey man, I am an executive in this company.
I mean, fine. My question is, how is the management dealing with the termination of Rohan Raja and Sanjana?
I mean, it's not the decision I would have made, but Jeet took a call and I respect it. But not to worry, Rishi has entrusted me to scout for international top tier talent, and I have gone across the globe, every corner of it, and I have found 2 of the best. So without further ado, let me introduce you to them. From Northern Ireland, Damien Corvin. And il vient de Paris, Mecca. Listen, you guys, you're in tag team action tonight. If you impress, management will strongly consider putting you in the tag team championship picture.
Come here, Yawanji. Come here. You listen, and you listen close, because the big dog, Mecca, and the red right hand of professional wrestling Damien Corbin, we will bulldoze anyone who dares get in our way.
Fantastic!
From the hallowed halls of Arena Mexico, the cathedral of Lucha Libre, to Guru Gram's WXM Arena, where professional wrestling is breaking new ground, Flip Gordon and Capitan Suicida are determined to make a statement. Catch their debut next week on WXM Ground Zero.
Is this the professional wrestling your country has to offer against me?
Beyond disrespectful by Axel Tischer, but hold on a second. Oh! Tischer, what are you doing? Attacking from behind the left arm of Kevin Malik. Venomous! Now Venomous, oh my God! Wait. Venomous just attacked Tischer.
Let me welcome our WXM battle winner!
Congratulations, new talent, right? No. And of course, I'm speaking about you, Guru! Hey, my friend, how are you? Don't answer, I don't care.
Psychological warfare with Guru.
Venomous might regret getting into the business of Axel Tischer a couple of weeks ago.
Hold on, Captain is not left ringside. He's charging back in. It's been a very eventful night thus far, and right now the action continues with the leader. Captain, always a fan favorite here, a leader in the locker room for all of WXM. But he is certainly developing some enemies here.
Yeah, and he showed last week that he is a leader when he was prepared to help out and he doesn't like. It's better than Axel Tischer looking to get a little revenge on him and Captain stop that from happening.
And one thing you do not do is confront Axel Tischer because he is going to respond. And he's going to respond in very vicious fashion.
The X-Man coming! And as you said, Johnny, when you get involved in the business of Axel Tischer, it is the equivalent of kicking a hornet's nest.
Axel Tischer, the Axeman, thrives off of making enemies, thrives off of the pain of others. Developed a reputation over the course of his career of being the most vicious member of Imperium. That really says something about the mindset of someone like Axel Tischer. And when he attacked Venomous last week, the last thing he expected was Captain to come to the rescue of Venomous.
It was quite the warpath last week, Axel Tischer, attacking one of the successful students of our WXM tryout as well.
Axel Tischer feels like he could march all over WXM. Case in point, last week when the winners were announced from the WXM tryouts, Axel Tischer not only interrupted, but attacked one of the final winners.
Yeah, I think that says it all about Axel Tischer and why this match is something he was so keen to have this week, because you saw that when he's not able to run Rampage in the way he wants, when someone stands up to him, like Captain did 1 week ago, it is something that Tischer is not used to and does not like. Here we go.
We are off to a fast start here. Tischer charging in, Captain with some right hands, and boom, runs right in to the wall known as Tischer. Picking up speed, beautiful drop kick by Captain.
Yeah, right before that you saw Captain drop down. He almost was able to trip Tischer up as Tischer was running at full speed.
Captain looking to build some momentum here, all the way over the top. And now Captain heading up to the top early, and Tischer wise to it, utilizing the top rope there. And now in full control. And you know, Captain, this is a big night for him if he can continue to build momentum following that victory of Venomous. When it comes to Axel Tischer, he's just a miserable human being. Right into a cover following a body slam, and ooh, Captain able to kick out at two.
Yeah, he was less than half a second away from being a little less miserable if he'd got the win there, Tischer, but you're right. And I do think, quite aside from the fact that Captain intervened in that assault by Tischer on Venomous, I think Captain's going to be someone who takes issue with the way that Tischer attacked those trainees last week as well, because he does see himself as a locker room leader with some justification. So Captain is definitely going to be thinking that he's going to teach Tischer a lesson here.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, yes, Guru is the head coach at the WXM Training Academy. Jeet is the COO, and he has trained many stars at WXM. But Captain considers himself to be a leader in the locker room, the kind of person that other stars look up to. And to see Axel Tischer not just ruin the moment of these aspiring stars who deserve to be on that ramp, to attack someone from behind with a vicious forearm, that goes way over the line.
Yeah, I think he sees himself almost like as a player coach of like the home team here in WXM. And when you see like an unpleasant away opponent coming in, like you see in Axel Tischer, I think Captain takes it upon himself. In fact, he considers it his responsibility to stand up for those trainees.
Well, look, Axel Tischer's very entitled. He feels like he controls this side of the world. We can't forget, former NXT Tag Team Champion. He's won essentially every title possible for WXW. Obviously, the biggest promotion on that side of Europe. So Tischer does feel like he can do anything that he pleases, regardless of rules.
Tischer continuing to lay those shots in, but Captain battling back. Yes.
Do not want to trade right hands with Axel Tischer, but Captain is going to give it a go right now. Vindictive boot to the face, and Tischer drops right into the cover here. This pace certainly favors someone like the Axeman.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is very much an Axel Tischer match rather than a Captain match at the moment. And he's got to change that if he wants to get a win over Tischer, this Captain, because as long as this is the kind of match that Tischer wants to wrestle, Captain's going to struggle to get any kind of foothold here.
And the longer this goes at the pace of Tischer, the less likely it is for Captain to pick up the pace, to take the risks, to fly, to do his patented springboards. It's really all about Tischer being methodical, rounding his opponent.
Exactly right. But hang on, Captain trying to prevent Tischer from taking him any further down that path. There's the elbow from Captain, who's going to springboard up onto the middle rope. Gets that spinning crossbody on Tischer, and the Axeman suddenly in trouble.
Captain definitely, desperately needed that crossbody to land. Both men down. Captain has had so many incredible matches in his WXM career. Obviously in the tournament, coming up short to Donovan Dijak. Not to mention when he brought the fight to the Lion of Punjab, Josan, and now bringing the fight to Axel Tischer with a basement dropkick.
Captain is holding his own here against Axel Tischer, and there's not many competitors in the world who would be able to do that.
Captain coming off the victory over Venomous last week. Coming to the aid of Venomous when Tischer attacked, and a springboard clothesline.
Captain starting to build momentum here. There's something in the air. Here in Gurugram, the fans can feel it.
Oh, he's going for the final command there. Tischer has it scouted with a back elbow and then follows up with another.
Look in the arm there, though. Captain, the knee.
Knee lands, not sure if he got all of it. Tischer able to catch the other. Oh, wow. Great elusiveness by Captain.
And some great evasive wrestling from Captain. Sometimes you've got to play defense, you've got to play it well, and that's exactly what he did.
Off the second turn. Whoa, went for the cap cut. Tischer certainly saw that coming right into a snap German suplex. Oh, my goodness.
Look how Captain just keeps on fighting back against Tischer, even when Tischer brings out some of his favorites. The German suplex is a move that very few can deliver quite like he can. The Axplex there as well, and Captain now down.
What a counter by Axel Tischer. Just when it looked like Captain was gaining momentum, picking up the pace, the vicious Axeman, that's why he's so dangerous. He's so technical, he's so precise. He's able to turn the tide in an instant.
Tischer taking a run up across the ring, smashes him in the face.
Double underhook.
Now Tischer gonna climb.
Now this is not something we see Tischer do very often, heading up to the top. All the way up and right into a super kick of Captain.
Yeah, Tischer took a couple of seconds there to taunt, if you saw, on the top rope, and I think that extra time may be what cost him.
Certainly may be the case. Both men down once again. This match has become a war of attrition. And this match could go a long way towards the winner getting a title opportunity down the road. Oh, hold on. Oh.
Captain was trying for it again. There's a low
blow.
blow.
Come on. The official with his back turned. Axel Tischer with a blatant low blow into the horrible slam, into a horrible cover, and a horrible victory.
Here is your winner, the X-Men, Axel Tischer.
Well, Dave Bradshaw, by any means necessary is the case for Tischer tonight.
Yeah, a little bit of naivety there, I think, from Captain. The thing that when Tischer had him in that position in the corner, knowing the referee wouldn't be able to see what he did, and Tischer would have taken advantage of a learning experience for the man who is increasingly becoming a rocket lead on the way.
Come on. Tischer already got the victory after a low blow, now stomping away at Captain. This man is completely out of control. Now he's demanding a microphone.
What are you waiting for, Captain? What are you waiting for, you loser? Are you waiting for Venomous? Are you waiting for somebody who will help you?
Oh, come on, stop.
Nobody will help you. You alone. Nobody will like you. And now, I will not beat you down just for 3. I will beat him down for good.
Oh, an Axel Tischer now, just pummeling on Captain. Shots to the ribs, shots to the neck.
He's close.
And now to the head.
This is, yeah, we need...
Whoa! Wait! I believe that's Vera, the guy... That's the winner from the tryouts that Tischer attacked from behind.
Guns from this young man!
Oh, no!
Maybe, though, it was foolish.
Well, Vera certainly has guts and has revenge on his mind. But he is not ready to fight the likes of Axel Tischer.
You've got to admire the courage, the pure willingness to step in and help. But sometimes a good Samaritan does not get the outcome they want, and that was the case here for Vera.
The courage is certainly admirable. But as Axel Tischer vanquished the career of Vera before it's even started.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our WXM superstar, Neil. इंजरी के बाद वापस आकर कैसा लग रहा है आपको?
अच्छा लगा अपना जवाब स्पीयर के साथ देकर उस फतेह को. And I am not done yet.
So, are you sure that आपके अटैक के पीछे जमींदार या उसके गैंग के लोगों का हाथ था?
Listen, there is no doubt about it. सिर्फ फतेह है जो पहले दिन से मुझे बाहर निकालना चाहता है, और आज रात मेन इवेंट में it's time for revenge.
हेलो देव, सुनने में आया तुम्हारी घड़ी खो गई, तुम्हारे गैंग वाले छोड़ के चले गए, और संजना भी गई. क्या हो रहा है ये?
साले, मैं ये बात पहले भी बोल चुका हूँ और दोबारा बोलता हूँ that this is a ladies job. और ऊपर से तू एक तो संजना चलेगी, और ऊपर से मतलब तूने अपनी थूट देखी है. मुझे अभी मतलब तेरे पे इतना गुस्सा आ रहा है ना, तू कौवे सी आवाज के अगर तू यहाँ से अभी 1 सेकंड के अंदर दम नहीं किया ना तो मैं मुक्का.
Hello. Je m'appelle Mila Smith.
Dave, the gifted one.
Enchantée.
Yeah.
I heard that your organization needed some changes. Well, good news is I'm an expert when it comes to fixing things. So, if your boss is interested,
Well, after kicking off the night with fireworks between Rasta Maharaja and the Zamindar, it's now time for tag team action with what is sure to be a powerful debut.
The following contest is a tag team match. Scheduled for 1 fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing the team of Mecca and Damien.
As you say, Davey for Mecca and Damien Corbin is all part of Rodney B's effort to scout the globe for potential talent who could be included in that WXM World title tournament. You've got to admire the get up and go, I think, of Bobby.
Bobby certainly is very interesting with his decision making, but he has definitely found 2 absolute studs in Damien Corbin, the right hand of professional wrestling, the Hound of Ulster from Belfast, Northern Ireland, and of course Mecca has competed and dominated all across Europe, former rugby standout. So physicality certainly been ingrained in him for many years.
Yeah, Mecca, I know, has been really making a bit of an impact on the French scene. Two blue chippers here, and two guys who really could go pretty deep into that world title tournament if they were to be entered into it.
Well, who's about to go into deep waters are their opponents, Janardin and Tavar. Mecca has a power and athleticism combination. He's been compared to the likes of, a Keith Lee, a Jacob Fatu. He can do so much for someone of his size.
You can see the game plan was initially to try and take him out by the legs. It didn't work, and effortless, pure power from Mecca.
Ooh.
It's crossing.
Oh my God, pounce.
And nearly pounced him out of the building here.
Mecca's not done. Full speed into the corner with a splash.
That is like getting hit by a truck. Mecca isn't done. Truck's coming back for more.
Well, Mecca likes to scream out, "Welcome to the doghouse." He is barking tonight. Once again, oh! Mecca took too much time. Oh, crossbody. Mecca in midair.
Oh, man.
And a fall-away slam.
Shaking the ropes. Terrifying just to watch him, even from behind the commentary table here. Imagine what it must be like to be across the ring from him as here comes Corvin.
A tag in to the red right hand of professional wrestling, Damian Corvin. A vicious warhound. He takes pride in bludgeoning opponents. There's a real bitterness to Damian Corvin.
And there's a little reluctance on the part of this young man to even face him. Corvin, though, coming his way now. He's got him trapped in that corner.
Just imagine both of these men in the world title tournament, as there are still spots to be had. Oh.
An open tournament. We've seen so much great competition on the left side of the bracket in all the matches we've seen so far, but we know there's two spots in that four-way for that world championship. Look at Corvin here. He's not even phased by the straight. Fires back with the headbutt.
Absolutely vicious in a tag back into Mecca. These are two very angry individuals with a point to prove.
I was going to say the good news for this young man here is that Corvin had tagged out, but the bad news is here comes Mecca.
And here comes Corvin. And Mecca once again. I mean, this is an absolute mauling.
Yeah, mauling is the word. It's exactly the word I was about to use. Mecca could have finished it, but he is going to make an example.
Well, clearly they've been tagged, keeping a close eye on ground zero. If Bobby B brings you in, you want to impress that man to guarantee yourself a spot in the tournament. That could be what Mecca and Damian Corvin are looking to do right now.
Corvin with the boot off the shoulders of Mecca.
The Belfast boot, Corvin into the cover, and it's elementary.
Good night.
Here is your winner, the team of Mecca and Damian Corvin.
Well, Bradshaw, there have been a lot of impressive debuts in WXM. Mecca and Damian Corvin might be at the top.
I think it'd be very, very hard to picture a more compelling case the two men could make for inclusion in that world title tournament that we have just seen from Corvin and Mecca. Are you watching WXM management?
Well, these two don't have chips on their shoulders. They have absolute boulders.
Hello, pedestrians. Lady Catherine here with Charles Sterling, and, well, behind us is the glorious India Gate, the most visited monument in India. Let me tell you why that is. Because it is British built. That makes absolute sense, wouldn't you say, darling? Absolutely. Now, what doesn't make sense is this holy festival you speak of. A celebration of good or evil or some nonsense like that. It doesn't matter. Well, the only thing that matters is that Lady Catherine here, Charles Sterling, the Crown Rule, are here to take over WXM and professional wrestling in India as you know it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is worth every single pound.
Neil. You are so stupid. क्योंकि लास्ट वीक जीत ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੂਫ ਦੇਣ ਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਵੀ ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਮੈਚ ਇੰਟਰਫੇਅਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਅਟੈਕ ਕੀਤਾ ਉਹ ਮਾਸਕ ਮੈਨ ਉਹ ਮੈਂ ਸੀ ਨਾ 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 ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਿਲ ਤੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਿਠਾ ਲੈ ਫਤਿਹ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਮਾਸਕ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜ਼ਮੀਂਦਾਰ ਜੋ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਸ਼ਰੇਆਮ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਮਹਾਰਾਜਾ He will regret soon, क्योंकि मैं अपनी गैंग फिर तो खड़ी करांगा। तो महाराजा मेरे पैरों च देख के अपनी जान की भीख मांगेगा।
मेरे प्यारे जमींदार, मजा आ गया।
What?
हाँ हाँ, अरे जमींदार, अभी मैं बताता हूँ। मैं अभी बैठ के मतलब गुद्दी की सिखाई कर रहा था, और वहां पर आप मानोगे नहीं, इतनी तगड़ी लड़की आई। मतलब एक बार उसको देख लेते ना, उसका जो ये उसका काम है।
She will make her debut tonight, huh? Interesting.
Yes.
जाकर स्वागत की तैयारी कर।
Thank you.
चल।
It's now time for singles action in the women's division.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first from Kyoto, Japan, weighing in at 16 kilograms, representing J.A.I. Connection, May!
The Apple Girl from the Jai Connection, May, has been on a truly incredible run since Jai Connection has arrived in WXM. She played a big hand in Jai Connection becoming tag team champion, and she's looking for more single success tonight.
We'll see though, and I'm still a little bit puzzled by what we just heard back in the locker room area. Fate saying we are going to give our potential new business partner a welcome gift.
Well, as always with Fate, very unpredictable. As we're about to see the debut of this French star.
Weighing in at 16 kilograms, she is the giant killer, Mila Smith!
So here's what we do know, as you mentioned the Zamindar. We do know that Mila Smith has already offered her services to the Zamindar. And, you know, Dev apparently has quickly forgotten about Sanjana.
Oh yeah, he was a little bit smitten, if you will, with Mila Schmidt. And handing that business card to the Zamindar with the eyes of Mila Schmidt. They are ice cold. And I'll tell you what, she could be one hell of a business partner for Fate.
Well, we know Mila Smith is certainly a calculated opportunist. She saw that Sanjana was fired by Jeet along with Rohan Raja, and so Smith took full advantage in trying to endear herself to the Zamindar. But as an athlete, incredibly accomplished. She's already competed in 21 countries, holding titles 15 times throughout her career. Not to mention, she's a former national champion in freestyle wrestling. She has a very dangerous ground game.
And you can see she's going to have that size and power advantage here. He uses immediately with that waistlock takedown.
Well, we all know the arsenal of May, one of the quickest stars in women's professional wrestling, so incredibly athletic, so inventive with her offense. But Mila Smith certainly looking to ground the Apple Girl here early on.
There is a meanness to Mila Schmidt, which again, in day-to-day life you might not like, but it could give her the cutting edge that she's going to need to succeed in a very competitive women's division here in WXM.
Not just that, it's very clear she is not intimidated whatsoever by the Zamindar Fateh. She feels like she can benefit him in many ways.
He's already proven time and again he's a man not to be messed with. Schmidt, as you say, not remotely intimidated. Needs to focus her attention right now, though, on May, who's getting the upper hand here.
And here's the athleticism by May, heading all the way up to the top. Whoa! And Mila Smith able to knock her off balance for a brief moment. May continues the grasp of the hand.
May waving to the crowd. Got to keep an eye here on Schmidt.
Doing the tightrope all the way to the opposite turnbuckle. Now she's waving to us.
Well, at me.
Well, she might be waving to you, yes. Off the top. Oh, and an arm drag all the way across. And a drop kick lands to Mila Smith.
Momentum is on May's side, no doubt. Schmidt cannot afford in a first match here in WXM to suffer a defeat.
And who could forget Mei's victory over her mentor, Emi Sakura, a number of weeks ago. Oh, a powerful clothesline by Schmidt.
I think we know that Sakura certainly has not forgotten that. Mila Schmidt will have been studying that footage, trying to make sure that she doesn't suffer the same fate.
No question now, a cluster of right hands. And this is what Schmidt is all about. Keep her opponents grounded, wear them down. So much power in the game of Mila Schmidt.
And yeah, right. Real authority on the suplex as she goes for the pin. Here, the left shoulder comes up. But Mei's going to have to find an answer to this power game of Schmidt. She's going to have to do it very, very quickly. I don't know what that answer is, Johnny.
Schmidt has been so successful all throughout Europe. Ooh, really picking apart that left arm and the left shoulder of Mei.
Continuing to have her way here. It's a judo-style throw to take her down, but is still holding onto that wrist.
And that goes back to not only her amateur career, but she also transitioned into a lot of different mixed martial arts styles. And once again, another judo throw, very effective, and a basement drop kick to the thoracic spine as Schmidt rolls right into another cover, hooks the leg, and ooh, Mei gets the left shoulder just in time.
Yeah, just barely. Mei had her brain rattled by that kick to the back of the head. It must have been on pure instinct alone that she was able to kick out. But look at Schmidt here. Schmidt not giving her any time to recuperate, straight back on top of her.
And that's what you have to do against someone like Mei, who's so athletic, who's so quick, who's so resilient.
There's a ruthless edge to her as well. I've seen that many times in the past. She will not let up here on Mei. The fans here in Gurugram trying their best to get Mei back into this, and it may be working.
Still to come tonight. Neil looking to get his hands finally on Fateh in the main event. Oh, what elusiveness there by Mei, right into a cover. That could be it. No.
Kick out from Schmidt, and Mei though firing straight back at her. Now it's Mei's turn to be relentless against Schmidt.
Mei has some deceptive power behind those right hands, but all it takes is one strike from Schmidt to turn the tide in a match.
So easily able to cut off that momentum if she nails just a single one of those strikes. But where's Mei going? Mei's going to the top floor here, Johnny.
She's never met a risk she didn't like. Cross body off the top. And now that's the momentum that Mei is looking for, but is she wasting too much time here?
We've already seen a couple of times in the match that she likes to showboat for the fans when she was walking along that top rope waving. And at some point, you've got to wonder whether this is going to come back to bite her. Blowing the kisses now. She's taking her eyes off Schmidt.
Emi Sakura!
And more importantly, she's her eyes what was going on behind her.
The official he doesn't see it. Sakura sending Mei off the top rope, and now Mila Schmidt setting up Mei. And can she hit it? It's Madame Guillotine!
Devastating, absolutely devastating from Mila Schmidt. And at this point, there is no question who's going to win this one.
Here is your winner, Mila Schmidt!
Well, could we be seeing a welcoming party to the gang of the Zamindar?
Now maybe this is the welcoming gift that they were talking about from Mila Schmidt. But does this mean that the Zamindar is prepared to work with Schmidt?
Well, he may have lost Sanjana, but he may have just gained a very dangerous Mila Schmidt as she is victorious in her WXM debut.
I am with the COO of WXM, जीत. जीत, क्या ये सच है कि जमींदार के ऊपर लगे सारे अटैक के एलिगेशंस को पूरी तरह हटा दिया गया है?
हाँ, ये बिल्कुल सही है, क्योंकि उसने जो सबूत दिए हैं उनसे क्लियर होगा कि उसका और उसके लोगों का इसमें कोई हाथ नहीं था। इवन वो उस टाइम पे WXM एरिना के आसपास भी नहीं थे, और मैंने खुद भी फ़ोन की लोकेशन से लेके और लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी के थ्रू पता करवा लिया, लेकिन इसमें उसका कोई हाथ नहीं मिला।
तो अगर जमींदार नहीं तो किसने किया था अटैक? क्या इसका इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर रही है मैनेजमेंट?
हाँ, बिल्कुल कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि इसकी वजह से तो सारा टूर्नामेंट उथल पुथल होगा। और इससे भी बढ़ के कोई हमारी बिल्डिंग में घुस के हमारी नाक के नीचे हमारे रेसलर को चोट पहुंचा के चला गया, उसको तो हम ऐसे नहीं छोड़ेंगे।
Well, on a very eventful night already on WXM Ground Zero, we are now being graced with the presence of United Arab Emirates royalty.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the ex of the Middle East, Shaheen!
You know, Dave Bradshaw, as we continue to learn more about Sheikh Shaheen as he's being carried to the ring by his servants, initially we had thought he didn't want his feet to touch any ground except a wrestling mat, but it turns out he doesn't want his feet to touch the ground in India. He feels like he is that far above being in this country and around the Indian people.
Well, look, I get it that, you know, you don't want to touch a dirty floor. Hygiene's important, but I can't say I've seen that the floors in India are any dirtier than anywhere else. So I don't really understand the logic, but regardless, this is the land of opportunity here in WXM, an open challenge that Shaheen issued earlier on. See if anyone's going to answer.
Before I speak into this filthy microphone, wipe it.
Well, Shaheen certainly keeping his servants busy here. A solid wipe of the mic.
I'd thank you if it wasn't already your job. Now, as you guys are packed in here like a can of sardines, I flew in first class. And before you start with the rich boy stuff, remember one thing. Wealth shaming is a hobby for the working class. Now tonight is all about the Sheikh Shaheen Open Challenge. And this goes out there to anyone in the back who dares to step into this ring with the most expensive shoes in professional wrestling. Under one condition. You see, I am feeling extra generous tonight. This challenge is strictly for anyone who hasn't ever stepped into a WXM ring yet. So let's see what greenhorn has the balls to step into this ring with the ace of the Middle East.
He wants to fight a rookie. What kind of competitor is Sheikh Shaheen?
He's given opportunity, is what he's doing.
Well, I can tell you this, I wish I had enough money to be wealth shamed in my own life. Whoa! Hold on.
No. No.
Get out.
That's not a rookie.
If it's who I think it is, he has never competed in WXM. You're right, Dave. That is not a rookie. That is a beast from Belfast.
Making his way to the ring from Belfast, Northern Ireland, weighing in at 141 kilograms. It's the beast of Belfast, Big Damo!
A 6'4", 345 pounds, the former enforcer of sanity in NXT, and he's been a world champion for 3 of the biggest international promotions in the world: OTT, Progress, and ICW. A former NXT Tag Team champion. This is not what Sheikh Shaheen expected in Big Damo.
Yeah, Sheikh Shaheen's bitten off a little more than he can chew here, maybe.
Sheikh Shaheen is not even ready to take off his stove.
Got a size differential here.
Well, I can tell you this, Big Damo is not going to wealth shame Sheikh Shaheen. He's going to do a lot more damage than that.
That's an expensive jacket as well. Shaheen doesn't want to get that damage.
Shaheen is going to have to be a lot more than elusive to get away from Big Damo.
How wide Damo is. You just cannot get past him. He ain't able to duck him. Yeah, a little premature to celebrate, maybe.
You know, Shaheen has such a high level of confidence. It's really admirable in certain respects. Oh, my God.
Oh, Damo sent him into the corner. Shaheen, though, with a little bit of athleticism here.
Oh, the divide! Shaheen was attempting to use his speed advantage, and that speed came to a halt.
Goodness gracious me.
Big Damo making his debut in WXM. We can only assume that he has signed a contract.
Well, we know he hasn't had a match here before. That meant he technically qualified for this open challenge.
Oh, my God. Power bomb and an elbow drop.
I think we can safely say that Sheikh Shaheen's going to think twice before he issues another open challenge here in WXM. But
he might not have the ability to think at all after this match.
Well, the help are trying to pull him out of the ring.
The servants are attempting to save the life of Sheikh Shaheen to no avail.
It was a 4-on-1 tug of war, and the 1-1.
That is a massive one, as Sheikh Shaheen just begging for, what could it be? Forgiveness, for mercy, you name it.
Shaheen just looking to survive now.
Oh!
That's the way you got to do it. You got to take away that vertical base. Shaheen on the second turnbuckle. Here he comes. A missile drop kick. Swatted away.
And Shaheen has no idea that missile drop kick had no effect on Big Damo.
He's found out quickly.
Shaheen. Oh my God, over the top.
Oh, those feet might hit the floor. Those feet might hit the floor.
Oh, Shaheen and his servants are making sure those golden boots don't hit the floor, but Damo is about to hit something else. And now Damo hoisting up Shaheen. Oh! The wasteland into the senton, and it's the Belfast Blitz. And Big Damo has decimated Sheikh Shaheen.
Name me a more devastating combo in all of professional wrestling than the Belfast Blitz. I will wait.
I can tell you this, Sheikh Shaheen certainly doesn't have an answer for you. As WXM continues to be more and more explosive every single week. And now, in a land of monsters, the beast of Belfast, Big Damo, has arrived.
Burner Brothers, you guys have been terrorizing WXM as of late. Ever since you showed up, you've been bullying the crew and talent. What is your goal here in WXM?
You know, we have one goal, and that goal is being the best tag team. If people want to mess with us and think we're messing with them, they got the wrong idea. Me and my brother are nice guys. Tell them, Scotty.
Yeah, that's right. This guy over here, he looks scared. Hey, come here.
Well,
you scared?
What are you doing?
I'm scared of the burners having a
What are you
holy
doing, guys?
Oh,
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing, guys?
Oh,
I mean,
Scotty.
oh, no. What's happening?
Wasn't that your former broadcast partner?
Stop recording! No, we do not consent to this. Stop, cut that, no, cut!
That's an interesting interaction that I don't think we were supposed to see between Latimer, Josan, and Skylar.
Malik, a moonsault to the outside, crashing under the Gene has gone on record as saying that he's never been around someone who has been so consumed by professional wrestling as he lands a senton knee. The same knee that put away Samurai Del Sol, and it lands. Oh my goodness! And that'll do it.
Here is your winner, for Indian
Kevin Malik has proven himself to be incredibly intelligent during his undefeated run here in WXM. It's already been, this may be his most dangerous opponent.
Last time, जब मैं रिंग में था, तो मैं पहली बार हार गया.
Malik is passed out. Skylar wins.
और उस हार के साथ में मैं WXM हैवीवेट चैंपियनशिप जीतने का मौका भी हार गया.
The biggest upset in
ये सच
WXM
है.
history.
और ये भी सच है, इंडियन ईगल टूटता नहीं है, भागता नहीं है. मैं अभी भी यही हूँ. I'm a walking weapon.
That's all Malik knows is fighting. He's a fan favorite.
अगर वेपन को बैटल में यूज ना किया जाए, उसका क्या फायदा? मैं दुनिया के टॉप रेसलर्स को चैलेंज करूंगा, उनको उनके ही स्टाइल, उनके ही गेम में हराऊंगा, इंडियन प्रोफेशनल रेसलिंग को ग्लोबली लेके जाऊंगा. और उसके बाद में everyone will know I'm worthy of being champion. And the redemption of World Warrior शुरू हो रही है अगले हफ्ते से.
Exciting news to see as next week the World Warrior Kevin Malik continues his quest as he takes on the East Asian Samurai J.D. Lee.
And that's not the only reason to be excited about next week, because in an exciting showcase between two of CMLL's most electric stars, Capitan Suicida will take to the sky against the uber athletic Flip Gordon.
All of that and so much more next week on Ground Zero.
Demo. How do you feel about your debut here at WXM?
Get that microphone out of my face, or I'll shove it down your throat.
I guess I'll see you later.
Demo! I didn't know you come to India. Welcome to WXM. Why you don't tell me?
Why I don't tell you? I don't tell you because I'm not here for you. I'm here because there's a world title tournament. And Big Demo is going to be the world champion of WXM.
What about sanity?
Sanity's the only reason you're still breathing. Get out of my face.
Big Damo, making his intentions very clear to Axel Tischer. He wants no distractions. His only focus is on WXM gold. It is now main event time for Ground Zero, and to say this is personal is certainly an understatement.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by Big Endo Zamindar.
Well, you know, Dave, it's been a disastrous past week for the Zamindar Fateh. Rohan and Sanjana were fired last week after being caught on camera breaking into his office while Sanjana was on the phone with Rohan Raja. Then earlier tonight, we saw what happened between Fateh and Raj the Maharaja. Needless to say, a lot of issues here.
Yeah, Fateh offering a briefcase full of cash and even Dev's Rolex watch to Raj to be his champion. But Raj had other ideas.
Oh boy. And following last week in the no disqualification tag team title match, this man is still looking for his pound of flesh.
And his opening from India, weighing in at 107 kilograms, he is the Gentle Giant.
They and Dev got speared out of their boots by the returning Neil last week. Neil still believes that either Fateh or one of his lieutenants was responsible for taking him out, that masked attacker a few weeks ago. No love lost whatsoever between the Zamindar and the Gentle Giant.
We are off to a violent start here with Neil and the Zamindar Fateh, as this sold-out crowd in Gurugram is firmly behind. No longer the Gentle Giant Neil catching Fateh in midair here. And we know exactly, he has the German suplex scouted there, a couple of back elbows there by Fateh.
A shove from the Zamindar, sending Neil into the corner.
And Dave, you want to talk about a furious return. We cannot forget, Neil was concussed, was taken out of the WXM World Title Tournament. We still do not know who attacked Neil in the locker room. It's very clear he thinks Fateh has something to do with it.
Yeah, even though there's now been evidence presented that suggests that Fateh wasn't anything to do with it. Jeet, our COO, yet to get to the bottom of it.
Oh my God!
Neil gonna deliver justice under his own terms here by the looks of it.
There's no doubt. As Fateh looking to regroup with Dev on the outside. And Neil, not exactly going to oblige.
Yeah, Neil's not gonna wait. Dev is begging Neil to stay away from the Zamindar, but that's not gonna be what's gonna happen here.
And after the spear last week in which Dev was sliced in half, Dev wants no part of Neil, as Fateh wisely rolls back to the outside. Of course, last week in our main event, no disqualification tag team title match, you could argue that Neil essentially, and now Dev getting involved here, and I believe Fateh, yes, attacking Neil from behind.
Yeah, Fateh kind of used Dev there as like a human shield to give himself an advantage, and if you like it or not, that was effective, and that may be devastatingly effective. The left arm and shoulder of Neil into the steel ring post.
Fateh essentially put Neil's left arm into a hammerlock and rammed the left shoulder right into the post. That can tear a labrum, that can certainly damage the rotator cuff as well.
Well, Neil's only just recovered from that attack, that mystery attacker as we talked about. So to see him already potentially in trouble with that left arm, that's going to be deeply frustrating for the Giant.
Fateh taking way too much time. You cannot give Neil any extra seconds. A clobbering right hand. And who could really blame Neil for being this furious? His dream is to become champion. He was in the tournament, and because of his concussion, he was not medically cleared. As now Dev getting involved once again, and the official sees it. Oh no, Fateh from behind.
Yeah, Dev tried to sweep the leg there of Neil, and it may not have worked, but it was an effective diversion.
And you want to talk about furious. I mean, Fateh, he's had a rough week. Rohan Raja, Sanjana fired by COO Jeet. And of course, earlier tonight, Fateh rejected by Rajda Maharaja. It's clear, Fateh wants to own whoever will become the world champion, but right now, his army's essentially been cut in half.
Yeah, he's never quite been able to find, up to now, someone who is prepared to be his champion, prepared to sell out to the Zamindar. One thing, though, he has started to regroup. Earlier tonight, it seemed as though Mila Schmidt has been accepted into the fold, given that one of Fateh's associates, Emi Sakura, helped her to beat May a little earlier on.
That certainly is a very interesting story that we imagine will continue to develop. We obviously saw Mila Schmidt successful in her debut tonight, much to the hands of the help of Emi Sakura. So perhaps the Zamindar, he's got some kind of trick up his sleeve, but right now, there's not much that can help him with Neil, but it looks like he's got a bit of a, looks like he was going for the guillotine choke.
Yeah, I think he was hoping that if he could cut off the oxygen supply, that he could neutralize this giant, but Neil's proven to be a difficult nut to crack here.
Yeah, there's no question about that. Just trying to grasp your arms around the massive neck of Neil is a very difficult task in its own right. And oh my God, are you serious?
How did he lift him from that position?
Oh my God, a suplex from his knees.
Unreal strength from Neil.
Neil has had so many standout moments in WXM. You can't forget he broke the master lock of Chris Adonis. Many looked at him as a favorite in the world title tournament. Of course, the concussion when he was attacked in the locker room took him out of the tournament. And now at this moment, Neil does not have his sights set on gold. He has his sights set on Fateh and taking out whomever may have attacked him.
Yeah, being not a part of that tournament is something that Neil and Fateh have in common. Fateh has not been entered into that tournament because of what he says is a vendetta on the part of COO Jeet. I don't think you want to get into a striking contest with Neil, though. There's only going to be one outcome there for Fateh.
Fateh trying to fire back with the right hand, and oh my goodness.
You talked about the master lock. He was going for a master lock of his own there, Fateh.
A super kick right to the left shoulder, continuing to attack the left side of Neil, going for a cutter. Neil able to evade, and a bear paw to the chest, and a clothesline by the Giant.
And that handprint's going to be on the chest of Fateh for weeks to come.
A man of his size with that kind of athleticism is completely insane. And whoa, whoa, whoa.
What is Dev doing?
What is Dev doing with a chair?
Dev has just grabbed the steel chair from under the ring. It's a sign of, I think, concern here from Dev that it's not going the way he wants for the Zamindar.
They're certainly concerned, but if you're Fateh, do you really want Dev getting involved with a steel chair? Face down! Oh no, Dev now in the ring. Oh, steel chair to the back, caught red-handed in red leather. And the official is throwing out this match. That's a blatant disqualification.
I think it had no effect whatsoever on Neil.
Oh, Dev is going to regret this.
Huge spear from Neil onto Dev.
It's Groundhog Day again for Dev for the second week in a row. Decimated by a spear from Neil. And Neil is not done. Fateh has no idea what is about to hit him for the second week in a row.
Well, the Zamindar, you said he's had a bad week. It's about to get even worse.
Neil stalking his prey, ready to charge full. What the hell is going on here?
What's happened here? A power cut.
Who cut the power?
The lights have gone off.
I'm hearing something.
We can hear thuds in the ring, but
the Zamindar was about to get destroyed by Neil just a moment ago.
What the hell?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What's Mecca? Damien Colvin.
What are they doing behind Fateh?
Don't tell me. Has Fateh recruited them?
Hold on a second. He called the shot. It's, oh my God, that's holy powder. Holy powder right in the eyes of Neil. And now Mecca is
well, we said he was regrouping and calling for reinforcements. It looks like he's found them. These two gentlemen only just debuted here in WXM earlier this evening.
What in God's name? He lost Sanjana and Rohan Raja, and in a matter of 1 week, it appears Balianaki.
Here comes the shot connection. Cricket bat.
Is that a cricket paddle? A cricket bat? And right to the midsection of Mecca, and to the back. Balianaki to the aid of Neil.
And a giant connection coming out here, but there's a hook kick right into the face from Fateh.
It's the numbers game. The numbers game is what the Zamindar is all about.
Well,
hold on, Mila Smith from behind, and Emi Sakata. May is out number 2 on 1, come on.
This is crazy. Fateh is having everything his own way again.
Oh, this is too much. Neil is decimated. Bali and Aki just went through a no disqualification tag match last week.
This is a mugging. An absolute mugging from Fateh and his minions.
I mean, whoa! Uh-oh! I believe backup has arrived. The Maharaja sprinting to the ring. Corbin, Mecca, and Fateh all run for safer ground. They want nothing to do with Raja Maharaja.
Yeah, Raja Maharaja turned down the chance to ally himself with Fateh earlier tonight. And now ruining their evening again.
Oh no, what the hell? Skyler! With the world title to the back of the head.
Skyler. What a cheap shot from Skyler. It's the second week in a row that Skyler has attacked Raja Maharaja from behind.
I'm at a loss for words. Hold on, if you're Fateh, do you really want to get in the ring with Skyler? The guy's a maniac.
And it looked like Raj had cleared the ring of Fateh and his gang, but look, they're all coming back now.
I mean, look at Mecca and Corbin marching behind Fateh. There has to be some kind of alliance here.
What does this look between Skyler and Fateh?
Hold on. Skyler in the face of Fateh.
I don't know what that look is about. Well, we know that Fateh wants to own the champion. Whoever's going to be that first world champion, has he just found the man who's prepared to do it?